It has been a very dramatic couple of weeks. I am currently on holiday in my country of birth. I suggested an old friend of mine join me to get dinner. He asked me whether he could bring 3 women and a man he is cool with, which I agreed to. I also suggested we go to the place I rented after dinner as it was pretty nice. I suggested the restaurant, and everyone was fine with the location. We got there and everyone started ordering and ordering. Cocktails, lobster, sushi. Everything was fine. We were having a laugh. The bill came. It was €770. I told my friend we should all split evenly. He was cool with it. And the other guy said he was kind of broke right now and could only spend €25 despite eating close to €100 worth of food or more. I knew things were about to go south. 2 of the women were on their phones, silent and disengaged, and the other woman had the audacity to openly and confidently suggest I'd be a gentleman and cover the bill as you are clearly doing better. I asked her why she'd assumed that, and she said, "That's what it seems like on Instagram." Mind you, all I have on my Instagram are pics of holidays and business-related stuff. No fast cars or any of that. I told them that I didn't know them and that this was not a date. She said that they didn't expect to have to pay. My friend said he isn't dating them either. He met them all at work. I was getting upset at the entitlement and asked my friend whether he told them anything pointing towards me paying. He said he didn't, and that each of them always pays for their own things. I suggested he deal with them as he invited them over. It became a back and forth with the 3 of them of too expensive and not fair. It was fair when they were ordering like they had a money fountain clearly, but not when it was time to pay. I got fed up and said that I was not even going to split it evenly anymore and just cover my spend, €52, and that I was going home on my own, which seemed to offend them even more than splitting the bill. I stood up, went to the counter, told the waiter what I consumed and that each would pay for their own stuff, paid, and went back to the table. Apparently, aside from my friend, none of them had enough for the bill, or so they said. I felt a little bad as they were trying to figure out how to pay, but I ultimately didn't, and instead, I ended up being petty and giving a big tip to the waiter in front of them. Had they not been entitled about it and said it before agreeing to come, I would have at least considered it. But not like this. Am I the idiot for refusing to pay for the whole bill? Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Bloody hell, people are rude. I have never in my life assumed anyone would pay for me, unless they offered. I always go to restaurants intending to pay for what I eat, and with the means to do so. Not necessarily with enough money to split the bill evenly if everyone else is ordering wine and steaks and lobster. But I'm not a big fan of even splits anyway, because I don't drink alcohol or eat steaks, and lobster is an exceptionally rare treat for me. I tend to order modestly from the vegetarian end of the menu, and I always bring enough to pay for my own share. No, OP, you are not the idiot. You did pretty much what I would have done, with one difference. I would have laughed in their faces at the audacity, asterisk. Had they not been entitled about it and said it before agreeing to come, I would have at least considered it. Then you're a better person than I am. Apart from your old friend, the other people are strangers to you. I'm not spending hundreds of euros treating a bunch of people I don't know, even if they do suggest the idea beforehand. Frick no. Maybe I'll treat my friend. Maybe. But not a bunch of freeloading strangers, no matter how nicely they ask. Comment 2. This is the part that blows my mind. Gyaktenji. The other woman had the audacity to openly and confidently suggest I be a gentleman and cover the bill as, you are clearly doing better. I asked her why she'd assumed that, and she said, that's what it seems like on Instagram. WTF? Who does this? And did she find your Instagram while you were at the table or before they got there? I don't care if you have a picture of yourself in front of a mansion getting out of a luxury car. That's still no reason to assume you'd pay for strangers' meals and drinks. The audacity, not the idiot. Comment 3. Not the idiot. You asked your friend to join you for dinner, and he asked to bring multiple friends, and you agreed. You never said you were taking them all out or treating anyone to dinner. You're all adults, and if they were short on cash, they shouldn't have agreed to the restaurant or ordered so much food. They could have asked before ordering like you mentioned as well. If your friend told them you were treating them all to dinner, then he's the H for bringing an extra 4 adult mouths without discussing the payment with you first. Now, for the next story. Okay, I will sit down with him tonight and show him how to pack a breakfast. I feel like that's going to go over extremely poorly since he is 15, and I am basically saying he doesn't know how to put fruit or other stuff in a bag. We have breakfast bars, protein bars, single-serve cereal boxes, the standard bagels, eggs, Pop-Tarts, those breakfast bowls, and a ton of fruit, bananas, strawberries, and so on. All from a comment. We have plenty of food he can pack for after or just eat breakfast at home. Also, I'm not going to force my daughter to eat breakfast if they are not hungry in the morning. That's a horrible idea. I came here because I am annoyed. Maybe I am wrong, but this situation is odd. Everyone in the family gets an allowance. My son, 15-year-old, is in swim, and he has to be there at 5:45 3 times a week. It's morning practice, and then he goes to school. Now, he usually will buy breakfast from the school cafe, and then all his money is gone. My daughters don't buy breakfast and just eat before school, or skip, so their allowance is mostly saved or used for the movies or something. My son came to me and asked for more allowance due to being hungry. I told him no, and that he can eat before or pack something. We got in a huge argument. He thinks I am a jerk, and now my ex is on my case about it. Am I being unreasonable? Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Info. Is there a fast, filling, high-protein breakfast available for him to grab at 5:30 a.m. on his way out the door? Info. Do you want to discourage his swimming or encourage it? Swimming burns a lot of calories, and swimming many laps on a full, heavy stomach isn't pleasant. So what is in the house that's going to meet his needs? Is there something substantial he can take as a huge breakfast for after swimming practice? And no, a sandwich or bowl of cereal is not enough calories to replace an hour of swimming first thing in the morning. And is that breakfast ready to load into his bag at 5:20 a.m. as he walks out the door? Edit for judgment. You're the idiot. You say he can eat cereal or toast, neither of which works for an easy meal after an hour of swimming, and he'd need 6 or 7 bowls of cereal or 10 pieces of toast to make up for the calories lost to swimming, let alone the calories he needs as a growing teen to get through the morning until lunchtime. Comment 2. You're the idiot, but not for the money. Your son is struggling with planning. It's your job as a parent to work with the 15-year-old and help him plan. Why not make breakfast the night before? You can help him make that part of his routine. Hard boil a few eggs. Teach him to make a frittata on Sundays, which would last most of the week. Help him pack a bagel and cream cheese. You can get him a small lunchbox with an ice pack. So all of that stays cool. Stop watching your son struggle and help him by guiding his planning. Comment 3. If he has the option to eat at home, or you give him food to take, then he needs to suck it up. Got a budget, but you can't withhold food from him. I could see not wanting to eat before swimming. So perhaps you could help brainstorm with him what to pack and how to do it for the first week. Do it with him for a week, and then he should be able to do it on his own. You still need to make sure he has access to the calories he needs for his athletic activities. Now, for the next story. I won a substantial lawsuit against my city. It is fuck you money. And I did what I always said I would do if I ever won the lottery. I paid off my parents' mortgage, and I bought a duplex and gave each half to my brother and sister. The rest of the money I'm investing so I will never have to work again and I can enjoy the rest of my life. My family had me over last weekend because I am leaving for Indonesia to begin traveling around the world. They said that we have family and friends that need help and that I was being selfish blowing the money on myself and basically retiring at 29. I said that I had already done a lot for my immediate family and that if they felt so strongly about it, that between the 3 of them, they had over $1 million in equity that they could tap with a loan, and then they could work to pay off their new mortgages. It started a fight because my dad has cut back on his work because he doesn't have a mortgage anymore, and neither of my siblings would qualify for a mortgage on their own. I walked out and went home to finish packing. They won't stop texting me and trying to call me. Apparently, I need to work the next 30 years. I don't. My girlfriend, who is joining me for a year, thinks I'm being mean. I don't think I am. I have enough to last me the rest of my life. If I ever want a house, I will be able to buy one. If I want to have kids, I will be able to pay for their education. But not if I give away a big chunk of my money to people I know for a fact will never help me in return. Now, here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You are now financially independent. If you give these hangers-on, family members, all of your money, you'll no longer be financially independent. There was a Steve Harvey quote about family demanding money since he was rich. It was roughly, "What would you do if I went broke this morning?" How would you get out of your situation? Do that. Comment 2. Not the idiot. I'm pretty confident in saying your family went ahead and made promises before talking to you. That's why they're freaking out. Tell your girlfriend that if she's worried, you can cancel her tickets so she can stay and help. They are so completely out of line. It's unreal. Go travel the world and enjoy yourself. Comment 3. Not the idiot. You have provided housing for your immediate family, which is very generous. You get to do what you want with the remainder. It's not your job to support your entire extended family and their friends. Go enjoy your trip and ignore any messages related to money. Now, for the next story. So my cousin is turning 18 next month, and she isn't looking forward to it. She was a twin, and her sister unfortunately passed a few hours after birth. This is obviously very upsetting for all members of the family, and a horrible situation to be handed. However, my cousin and I are extremely close, and every single birthday she has had has also been about her twin sister. Her mom will always put a little fancy background with her twin's ashes and make my cousin take photos with it every birthday. She always posts, "Happy birthday to my 2 beautiful girls." Up until my cousin was about 6, she was okay with this. However, since then she always expresses how she no longer feels like her birthdays are important anymore, as it makes her mother upset due to the reminder, and also because she feels everyone only talks about her twin and how they are so sorry for her loss. She doesn't feel like an individual person and constantly feels attached to her dead twin. Last night, I asked her what she was doing for her birthday. She said her dad had wanted to take her to Spain, but her mother said no because "I don't think we can take the ashes overseas, and it's too risky to bring Layla, the twin who passed, in case something happens." This upset me a little, as her 18th is a big birthday, and she is being held back by her sister who is A, not alive, and B, she doesn't even remember. I asked her if she has told her mom how upset she gets about her birthdays, and how she doesn't feel like she can be an individual. She said she doesn't want to upset her mom, so she hasn't told her. Today at a family gathering, my aunt was talking about how excited she is for the photographer to take pictures of my cousin and Layla's urn. I pulled her to one side and said we all understand how she feels, but that she needs to get over and accept that Layla is gone and focus on her living daughter. She was extremely offended, even after I told her how my cousin feels. She has uninvited me for my cousin's birthday. Am I the idiot for this? Update. After reading some comments, I've messaged my cousin's dad, who has agreed that we 3 will be going to Spain to celebrate my cousin's 18th. My aunt is definitely not happy with this, as it's disrespectful to Layla and to everyone else who has made plans to see my cousin. But the flights and hotel are now booked, and my cousin is feeling a lot better about her 18th. Now here are the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. You didn't handle the conversation in the best way. Saying to get over her daughter's death was too much. But you brought out how your cousin feels about the whole situation, and that was right. Your aunt is so blinded by a loss she never got over that she probably thinks everyone in the family sees it the way she does about the urn and birthday photos. On the other hand, she needs to acknowledge the real feelings of her daughter about that while she has time. Otherwise, as the years go by, and as your cousin becomes independent, she will move further and further away from her mother. Is your aunt in therapy? Because it sounds like she needs it badly. Comment 2. I'm a member of the Dead Twin Club. My mother will never get over it. She's not capable. She's also no longer allowed around me on my birthdays after sabotaging my 21st. It took years and many hours of therapy for me to allow anyone to do anything to celebrate my birthday. For me, because of the trauma she caused by caring more about her grief than her surviving child. Good on you for standing up for your cousin. I wish someone, anyone, would have stood up for me. Not the idiot. Comment 3. Not the idiot with the caveat that you may have been harsh in your wording choice. I have a nephew in this situation. Highly premature. The twin didn't make it, he did. There is no getting over it, but his parents never made things about the twin besides occasional mentions at important solemn moments, like the bar mitzvah ceremony, but not the party. You can't obsess over the dead and ignore the living. It's not healthy, and your aunt needs therapy. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.